Ang nangyari, Madam Chair, first quarter growth ng ating bansa is 2.8%. This is the lowest in the entire history of this country. Ni hindi nyo napapagalaw kung ano, paano gagalaw ang economic engine. Kaya tayo nag-iisip lahat sana ng paraan eh. You have not even do any simulation. Ilang beses kayang iikot ang ekonomiya natin? Baka anong malay mo? Yung 2.8% natin, dapat siguro 8.2% yun eh. Baka for the first time, Madam Chair, ang growth natin is 10% per annum na hindi pa natin nagagawa sa buong buhay natin. Because, ang laki yata ng kaugnayan ng taksa. I made an initial simulation, the relationship of taxes to the gross value added. And the relation of taxes, meron siyang direct correlation with export pa. I'm not finished with my simulation, but initially, kailangan nating mag-experiment eh. At saka yung mawawala sa atin, ang estimate ko is about 150 billion pesos. Saan natin kukunin? I have ways to do this. In proper time, I will show you how. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Do you want to respond?
Madam Chair, on the effect of the VAT exemption to businesses, it was mentioned in slide 13, it will actually make their operational costs higher because one, they are unrecoverable input VAT that will now form part of the electricity price. Na dun sa businesses, since wala nga pong input yung electricity, they cannot claim input VAT to the electricity nila po mismo. Yun,
Present your simulation, I'll present mine also in proper time.
sige po. And this is consistent po with the study of IMF and World Bank.
At least yung on that basic thing that you're saying, naintindihan ko yun. Any businessman will understand that. Pag hindi mo mababawi yung input and output, ikaw gagastos nun. So yung mga, kunyari, ito na lang example. Pagka yung nag-import ka ng, ano tawag doon? Nag-import ka, hindi ka nagbayad ng VAT mo doon. Maraming ganon, di ba? Yung, ano tawag doon? Yung import, yung import, ano tawag doon? Smuggled. You smuggle it. So wala ka. So later on, pagbenta mo, wala kang counterpart na input VAT na mababawi. I think that's what you're saying. No, you're not disagreeing with the senator, but you're just pointing out that that's basic in the way the input and output VAT works. Most businessmen understand that kasi they'll say na, nako, wala tayong input dyan. Makabili kami sa mura, may mag-offer sila ng murang materials, no? Murang raw materials, pero ano yun, under the table or smuggled, so wala kang input VAT na mababawi later on. Anyway, let's leave it. Mahaba at madugo itong diskusyon na ito, no? Yes. Okay.
Time.
And then
Yes,
we have
thank you.
people that have to speak.
In line with what you said, mahirap talaga yung input-output. What is the effect of just zero rating instead of exempting? Binanggit ni Madam Chair, yung iba nga. So, i-zero rate natin ang systems loss o di hindi kayo mahirapan sa input-output?
Madam
Thank
Chair,
you.
for the revenue, it will be higher. It's around 158 billion per year. For the businesses, it will be neutral. Wala pong impact sa cost of businesses nila yon. Kasi nga po, since wala nang output and then wala din namang input, so cost neutral po yan for businesses, yung ano po, yung VAT zero rating for businesses.
For the
For
consumers,
consumers, assuming po na complete price pass-through, pwede pong bumaba.
walang epekto sa business, anong pwedeng bumaba? Siyempre, bababa pag magtatanggal ka ng buwis. Oo, bababa. Mas iba konti. Bababa, tas wala naman epekto sa business, so pwedeng zero rated, di ba? At saka, yun nga yung puntos eh. Nagtatanggal na kayo ng VAT sa UCME eh. So yung, dadagdagan ko, yung lifeline, yung senior citizens na vina-VAT ninyo, pwede naman tanggalin kasi it's the same principle as UCME. Pero sabi nga ni Chair, o sige, mag-present sa iba, yun ang puntos ko, pwede. Ginawa ng BIR ng 2024. Thank you. Krisis talaga, maski counting bawas lang, malaking bagay. At ginawa na nga ng BIR. ng 2024. So ang UC at Lifeline at Senior Citizens pati Systems Laws, similar in principle. That's just my point.
Sige, let's move on. We have 30 minutes, no, and so many resource persons to call on. I'll call on Meralco, Attorney Valles. You have the floor, sir, and then please be ready. Philippine Independent Power Producers Association.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to all the members of the Senate. We first of all would like to thank the committee for this opportunity to explain Meralco's position, and just for emphasis, we are supporting all the measures that are intended to reduce the cost of electricity to our end users. I hope lang that we can review all the components of the bill and determine if there are issues on each of them, so that all the 100% of the benefit will really go to the consumers. And that for the information of the committee, we have already submitted our responses to the initial set of questions that were given to us, and we are asking the committee for the opportunity to submit in more details the additional comments that we have on all the bills. But on 2 points only. First, on the value-added tax. On the value-added tax, as correctly pointed out earlier, assuming that may VAT exempt po ang sa electricity, then there will be an input tax that we will not be able to charge or to offset against the output tax. So tama po yung suggestion kanina, and we support that, na instead of VAT exempt, dapat zero rated, so that the entire benefit will accrue to the consumers. And then on the second point, on the system law, sabi po, naipaliwanag po kanina ng Energy Regulatory Commission at sumasang-ayon kami doon, na ang system laws ay talaga po, sa totoo lang, yan po ay parte ng generation cost ng mga generation companies. So ang system loss po, kung hindi natin papayagang ma-recover sa consumers, malaki po ang impact niyan sa mga distribution utilities, kung distribution utilities po ang mag-absorb ng system loss within the cap. Kung hindi po yan pa i-recover sa mga distribution utilities, hindi rin po yan mababayaran ng mga distribution utilities sa generation companies, na sa kanila naman talaga ang part naman talaga ng system ng generation cost ang system loss. So pag hindi po yan nabayaran sa generation companies, gagawin din lang nilang parte ng presyo ng kuryente nila ang system loss. So tataas din po ang presyo ng kuryente natin. Hindi lang po natin alam kung mag-o-offset yung dagdag na yon sa kabawasan sa tatanggalin na system loss. So sana po mapag-aralan natin yon. Kung ang distribution utilities naman po ay mapipilitan na mag-absorb ng system loss as part of the distribution utilities business risk, sana po maunawaan din natin na ang distribution utilities, gaya po ng ibang negosyo, ay mag-i-invest para mabawasan ang risk na yan. At yung investment at yung cost ng investment na yan ay malaki din po. So for every 1% reduction in a non-technical loss, that's about 13 billion. So estimated namin 13 billion annually na additional cost. So dapat po, sabi nga po dun sa slide kanina ng Energy Regulatory Commission, dapat may timbang natin kung makakabuti ba talaga na tanggalin yung system loss, pero magtataas naman ang gastusin ng mga utility na i-apply nila as part ng kanilang rate. Ganon din po kung ipapasa ito sa generation companies, itataas din nila ang cost ng kanilang generation at ipapasa din nila sa mga utilities at